Hello, and welcome to the Sports Hour on WNYF TV. We apologize for the delay, but Aaron and Anthony were bickering and we had to delay. So we apologize. Getting right into it, what a crazy MLB postseason it's been. The New York Yankees stunned the Cleveland Indians, who were heavily favored.
Another blown lead.
Down.
Another blown lead for Cleveland. You just can't do it.
I was very impressed by the Yankees. They showed a lot of poise, and they came back and beat the Indians. But they're struggling right now against the Astros. They're down 2-0. Do you think they could come back?
If they rally like they did against Cleveland, I think anything's possible.
Same thing.
Anything's possible in sports. In any sport, momentum can change at any game, any pace of the game.
That's true. CC Sabathia is on the mound tonight. The game's actually going to start in a couple minutes, so we can keep you updated on all those.
Yeah, hopefully New York can take this game and rally back like they did against Cleveland, because I'd like to see them in the World Series.
This game is a must-win for New York. You can't go down 3-0, especially against the Astros.
Definitely not, dude.
For the National League, the Los Angeles Dodgers have just been steamrolling through the playoffs.
They're on a hot streak.
They haven't lost
Weren't they
a
your
game.
favorites?
They were my favorites. They haven't lost a game since. They swept the Diamondbacks 3-0, and now they're up 2-0 against the Cubs.
Looks like the Cubs won't be repeating.
Oh, you don't know. Do you think?
I mean, the way they've been playing, how you said they've been sweeping teams in the playoffs, and they've been on a mean streak, and they just got constant going momentum. I don't think that the Cubs can rally back at this. It's not like with Cleveland and the Yankees, where Cleveland has been great, but they weren't steamrolling teams like the Dodgers have been. So I think it's going to be easy way for the Dodgers to get to the World Series.
You think they're?
I think Dodgers are a lock to
favorite?
get into the World Series.
You think?
Yeah.
Did you say that the Astros and the Dodgers were your picks for the World Series?
I did say that. But
might very well be true.
it could be true.
And if that happens, who do you have going?
That's going to be a good series. Both teams have great pitching. Both acquired star pitchers. The Astros acquired Justin Verlander in the end of August, I believe, and the Dodgers acquired Yu Darvish at the trade deadline. Those are two very good pitchers, and that's what you need in playoff baseball. You need your pitchers to deliver, and it just makes your defense play better and rallies your team up. And
well, not just that, but I mean, through the pitcher, you can start a rally by playing good pitching well, obviously. But then the whole team on the offensive end and the whole outfield, the infield, everyone has to play great. Everyone has to contribute to their part to get the team rallying and going.
For sure.
Definitely.
But it's been an awesome postseason. Playoff baseball is one of my favorite things to watch. Going from 162 games in the season, you don't. Not everyone's playing how they should be playing, but the postseason, everyone's playing their heart out. It's good baseball.
And you could find people that are surprise players that come out only during the postseason.
Yeah, you need your star players to deliver. It's just fun to watch. Everyone's giving it their all. It's
and like
so
we
fun.
said, and every time we talk about baseball on this show, that baseball is the sport where you need all the teams in the playoffs. They're all good, or at least very solid.
They all deserve to be there.
They all deserve to be there. It's like not any other sport.
But I don't know. I would like the Yankees.
I would love the Yankees to get to the World Series, but
I don't know.
if
Astros
they
are
keep
looking
letting, if they were to come back to this, come back in this series against the Astros, which I'm hoping, but most likely not going to happen. But anything's possible, so we're hoping. If they do, that could be hey, maybe they could do that against the Dodgers, if anything. But how we said with the Dodgers have been steamrolling teams, I feel like if the Yankees were to go against the Dodgers, I feel like the Dodgers would win, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's why, as much as I love the Yankees, I don't think they're going to come back and beat the Astros.
And if anything, there's always next year they can, they could work off the momentum and even though it'll be a bad end to a great season, they could work off that next year and make another run at the World Series.
But for the Astros and the Dodgers, I think both teams deserve to be there. Dallas Keuchel and Clayton Kershaw, the two star pitchers. Jose Altuve and Corey Seager for the Dodgers. Jose Altuve playing for the Astros and Corey Seager playing for the Dodgers. You know, those are their 2 star players.
Yeah.
And, you know, you got,
Dynamic players.
you know, that each team has so much depth to them.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know. You got to.
You need depth to win.
For
You
sure,
obviously.
for sure. For the NHL, the Buffalo Sabres haven't been impressing.
Didn't you say they were going to be a playoff team?
I said that, but I know
It's early.
it is still early.
Still a really
but
bad start, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Still a very bad start.
Going 4-1, it's not good. You know, they need to play better. The defense is just looking terrible.
And as you say, when you watch hockey, Eichel is looking like a gifted playmaker, but you know he can't do the whole thing
Yeah,
himself.
he
He
can't do it
can't
all
run
by
the show. He needs the defense to step up, which they haven't been doing any of the games that they've been playing.
You know, the goaltending's got to be better too.
Yeah, but still, like the goalie can only handle so much.
The
like,
defense definitely
in any
leaves them out
sport,
to
like
dry.
hockey or soccer or whatever team, like if who has a goalie or someone who's preventing goals or scoring, they can only do so much, and like it gets stressful, it gets hard on them. Like personally, when I played soccer, I was a goalie. I played on a really bad team, by the way. I remember one game, 60+ goals were allowed. Shots were allowed on me. They scored
60?
About 65 to 68 shots were shot on me.
Jeez.
It's stressful. It's stressful, and like you lose morale. You just want to give up. Like I conceded maybe like 20-something goals that game, but I saved maybe like 15 to 20, and they missed a bunch. Like, and just comparison though, like as a goalie when I played, it was so stressful. It was so morale reducing. Like I just wanted to give up. Like I cussed at my team out. I cussed my coach out. He yelled at me. I'm like, what do you expect me to do? Not be mad because the team is letting the other team shoot 60+ times on me. Like that's an example. So I can understand. Like the goalie needs to play better, but the defense is what needs to step up to protect the goalie so he's not overworked and stressed.
Defense in any sport is essential.
Defense wins championships.
Yep. It's an old saying, but it's a true saying. You know, you're not gonna win games without a good defense.
You can have a high-powered offense, but if you have a high-powered defense, they could shut down a high-powered offense. A high-powered offense can only do so much. You need a defensive end because even if in any game, any sport, if you're scoring like hockey, soccer, scoring 6 goals, the other team scores 6 goals. I mean, you're not going to win if there's no defense. Basketball, you score 150 points. The other team just scores 150 points. You need defense. Defense is essential in any sport. And right now, the Sabres need to find their place in defense.
They do. I mean, they have good players. You know, Rasmus Ristolainen, he's.
You just believe maybe their chemistry is not all there right now?
Yeah.
Because chemistry is a big important thing on any team, any sport.
You have to think that they're still young too. All their young, good players. You know, Jack Eichel, he's only 20 years old. Mm-hmm. You know, Rasmus Ristolainen, he's 21, 22. I mean,
there's room for improvement. There's room for learning, but you know, still like at least right now they need to show up.
New coach and Phil Housley. You know, it's just 6 games in. I do expect more, but I'm also not. You're
not completely disappointed. I mean,
I still have faith.
Yeah, it's good to have some faith. I mean, the elite, like, since it's early in the season, I mean, even if they keep taking losses, eventually, if they can get some chemistry going, improve the defense, maybe push for a playoff spot. I mean, it'll be harder for them to push for a playoff spot. Even if they don't make the playoffs after the whole season, like, they can make get a good record, and that'll be good for the team.
Yeah,
good for the fan base, good for the team, good for the coaching staff.
Do they have a competitive conference? Or?
The Eastern Conference both conferences are evenly spread out. You know, it's not like the NBA.
Well, that's very uncommon. Like most sports in American sports are very imbalanced. I'd say.
I would say that the NHL is pretty well balanced. You know, it's not like the NBA where just the Eastern Conference is a joke. It's just there's good teams in both conferences. You know, you have Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh just won the Cup 2 years in a row. You know, but you don't know. What do you think about NHL's newest franchise, the Vegas Golden Knights? They're looking pretty good.
Oh, the expansion! I remember they had an expansion for Las Vegas. Like,
they're 4-1 right now.
As you know, I don't really watch hockey, but that's impressive to come as an expansion team into the league as to a new city, new team, new staff, just new in general. And they go in and go 4-1. It's really good.
It's awesome. I can't wait to see them play. You know. All right. Well, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna break down the NFL like we usually do. Both Aaron and Anthony's team lost, so can't wait to give them some stuff about that.
Say NHL.
No, I didn't.
NFL.
Oh,
So you don't want to miss that, and we'll be right back. That was a good.
I contributed more.
I'm quiet.
You're always quiet. Your mom's probably screaming at her TV right now. Why does my son suck?
Aaron, you need to talk more.
Cheese puffs may fly. You're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Guess what? I have some news for you. There's free food right there, junk food. You see that truck? Oh, jeez. It's a 2 Michelin star chef. All for free, ladies and gentlemen. All for free.
Here we have a panzanella with summer vegetables and pesto. Enjoy. How we doing?
Fantastic.
So what do you got going on underneath that plate there?
This food is really about to be thrown away.
Yeah.
Is there something wrong with this food? Where did you get it from?
From farmers markets. They put aside the ugly vegetables and the ugly fruits.
Carrot top, soft avocados. It was all food that was going to be discarded.
Even the drink you had is made from like a little bruised peach. Did it taste a little bruised?
It was good.
The average person throws away 24 pounds of food a month.
That's a lot.
Isn't that a lot? Go visit savethefood.com for more information. Thank you. Junk food time!
But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find, cultivate, and train a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
I realized that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
I guess sometimes things just happen. Devastating things. It's got nothing to do with fairness. Bam. Your whole world changes in an instant. And you never see it coming. That's what happened to me. The day my mother had a stroke. I'm Paul George, and I want you to learn the signs of a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. Because the sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Protect the ones you love. Spot a stroke. F-A-S-T. Fast.
Guess what? I have some news for you. There's free food right there, junk food. You see that truck? Oh, jeez. It's a 2 Michelin star chef. All for free, ladies and gentlemen. All for free.
Here we have a panzanella with summer vegetables and pesto. Enjoy. How we doing?
Fantastic.
So what do you got going on underneath that plate there?
This food is really about to be thrown away.
Yeah.
Is there something wrong with this food? Where did you get it from?
From farmers markets. They put aside the ugly vegetables and the ugly fruits.
Carrot Top, soft avocados. It was all food that was going to be discarded.
Even the drink you had is made from like a little bruised peach. Did it taste a little bruised?
Great. It was good.
The average person throws away 24 pounds of food a month.
That's a lot.
Isn't that a lot? Go visit savethefood.com for more information. Thank you. Junk food time!
Back to the sports hour. If you guys heard our conversation, we apologize. But week 6 was it in the NFL?
Week 6.
Starting off with the Thursday night game, we got the Eagles beating Anthony's Panthers 28-3.
I don't like this.
As he just messed up the pucks.
Oh my God. Yeah, I did not. Why you gotta put me on the spot like that? I really did not like this game. The running game was just shut out. Jonathan Stewart was not looking good whatsoever. Cam Newton did not look good at all, like he had been in the past 2 weeks in the air. Like he threw 3 picks. 2 of them were not really his fault. The last one. I was screaming. I was swearing. I was throwing stuff. I was hitting the couches. Just flipped out because Cam just.
You can obviously tell that off-season shoulder surgery is definitely taking a toll on him.
No, I mean the last 2 weeks he's been.
You know his
long ball's always been bad. I mean, arguably since after his first or second year, he has horrible deep range.
Mobile quarterbacks are usually like predominantly bad in
still,
long ball.
but still, like honestly,
he did run over the Eagles though.
Yeah, he did, but like he didn't win, and plus, it's not all him. Honestly, a lot of the play calling was awful, and I have mixed feelings about Mike Shula. Some days he's decent. Some days he's just I want to throw him out the booth, out the window, and into ongoing traffic, because when you're at 30, when you have 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game, and you're down by less than a touchdown, you can win the game there. And you're at the 30 or 35, maybe 40, I don't recall exactly, of the enemy team territory. You're going to go 3 deep passes? No, you run, you do short passes, you get yards.
Get out of bounds.
You get out of bounds, not out of bounds, you run the clock down a little, at least to the 2-minute warning. Then you can start running the clock more. Then when it's less than a minute, you can throw it out of bounds. Try to get a touchdown, grind that. It's good time management, good clock management. That's a smart thing a coach would do. That's a smart thing an offensive coordinator would do. We didn't see, like, for example, we didn't see that with Atlanta, thank God, in the Super Bowl. They could have easily beat the Patriots, but their clock management and their play calling was awful in the in the fourth quarter. That same thing we hear with the Panthers. Play calling was awful. They should have had this game, and they got lucky after going 3 deep passes for misses. They had another chance by shutting down the Eagles 3 and out, and they still blow it. Like, they blow the chance, especially with Cam.
Didn't they go long ball again? With like a minute something left?
Yes, they did. And it was just extremely most frustrating.
Yeah, it went right to a pick, didn't it?
Yeah, he threw it. Oh, here's the wide receiver all the way over here in the corner. Let me just throw it in the middle of the field where the safety is. Okay. I don't know. Cam just was awful that game. Everything was awful. So we can go to the next game because I'm getting frustrated.
I mean, Wentz looked good. Let's not.
I don't want to talk about Wentz. I know Wentz is great. I don't want to talk about this team because my team lost. Let's go to the next game.
The next game, we got the Dolphins beating the Falcons 20-17.
You heard that right, people. The Dolphins beat the Falcons.
I don't know what's up with the Falcons. I mean, how do you lose to the Bills and the Dolphins? That's just.
They had injuries against the Bills, but the Bills have a good defense, and they lost the Dolphins by
blowing a lead.
Yeah, but that's a common factor with them, though.
Jay Ajayi looked good. Ran for 130 yards.
Finally over 100.
He didn't have a touchdown, though, but, I mean, still. 130 yards is good.
I remember you showing me that meme with Matty Ice and Matt Ryan. You want to see me blow a lead? Show the Patriots score. Want to see me blow another lead? Dolphins score. I love that. I
got a good kick out of that.
I thought that was hilarious. But I'm glad the Falcons came out with this L because one, it kills their morale, but also keeps the Panthers at the top of the NFC South, and we're still in the playoffs, at least right now.
The thing is, like, the Dolphins might have won the game, but Cutler's still not looking promising. He's still throwing under 200. It's not, like, you can't win games with that.
I mean, still, they did good with the defense, and Ajayi did great. I mean, but Jay Cutler, honestly, as we said before, he just doesn't have any motivation whatsoever and everything. So, I mean, he's going to do what he's going to do. He's going to be how he always has been. And we can't do nothing about that. All we can know is that the Falcons are continuing to blow leads, and I'm loving it. It makes up for that stressful
lost. The Panthers won, though.
All right, well, we got the next game going.
That's surprising.
Yeah, the Bears beat the Ravens. 27-24.
I remember. I kind of like the Ravens franchise. I like the Ravens team, but I can't believe Joe Flacco used to be considered an elite quarterback. And just what happened after the Super Bowl? He's just been horrible.
Mitch Trubisky getting his first win as a quarterback.
That's good for him. I'm glad he's got his
First
win.
of many.
We were hoping
and
hopefully he takes a second L when he plays the Panthers next Sunday. So I'm hoping that.
Jordan Howard looked really good for 167 yards.
He's back to looking good. He was really good last year.
Yeah.
He was extremely
I feel like he was the one big surprise.
Oh yeah,
For the Bears.
I didn't even know about him until my friend was like, "Yo, Jordan Howard." I'm like, "Who?" He's like, "On the Bears, running back's looking really nice. That rookie." I was like, "Oh." So I looked at his stats. I'm like, "What the heck?" I looked up some of his highlights. I'm like, "Oh my God, this dude's really great. He's a really great player. I like him."
I think he ran for like a little over 1,300 yards last year.
Wow.
It's really good for a rookie. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Deshaun Watson?
Deshaun Watson and the
Deshaun
Texans
Watson.
beating the Browns 33-17.
Isn't this really sad though? The Browns. They could. I remember reading somewhere it said that Hugh Jackson called Deshaun Watson at the draft and said, "Be ready," and then they trade the pick, and then and now he's with the Texans, and he has currently the most passing touchdowns in the NFL.
Does he?
He has 15, most
He
out of
didn't
any
even-
quarterback right now. He didn't even start week 1.
Yeah.
And he's the first, I think he's the first or second, but most likely the first rookie quarterback to throw three or more touchdowns in 3 games in a row. And he's playing fantastic. You know?
Yeah, he's surprising a lot of people. He could be a dark horse for
I said he was going to
Offensive
be
Rookie of the Year.
just a star already. Like when I said he's not afraid of the spotlight. That's been shown since his college years. And his last year in college, he's not afraid of the spotlight. He's not afraid to make big plays. He's not afraid of the pressure. He thrives in it, and he thrives in game situations. And he's shown that at the highest level of football in the NFL.
He reminds me a lot of Jameis Winston, like a young leader. Like I see like every stuff about like Jameis Winston like before like pregame, he's getting everyone fired up.
No, he's getting everyone
the only
fired
difference
up.
is
His team
that I
wasn't.
feel like Deshaun Watson is more of a quiet leader. He's not more of a,
He hypes your team up not through words but through his play.
his actions.
His play.
I remember it must have been an ESPN analyst or someone. They said that he was the Michael Jordan of the draft. You know? Like, people can pass on him. You know how in '84 when they passed, it was Sam Bowie over Michael Jordan. I believe Portland drafted that. I mean, you knew Hakeem Olajuwon was going #1, but I don't know. I think Cleveland missed out on the Michael
Cleveland
Jordan.
always misses out. I mean, they got good.
I remember
they got
telling you.
good picks in Myles Garrett and Jabril Peppers, but they definitely could have had Watson. That could have been a majorly good pick. Even though, like, as you say, we were talking earlier about how if Gronk got drafted by the Bills or any other team, he wouldn't have been as good. But that's your opinion. But like, I feel like he could have been really good for the Browns, no matter what, because he's not afraid of the spotlight. He's not afraid of pressure. He's not afraid of playing at the highest level. He plays already as if he's a veteran, a seasoned veteran, and it's showing in his, like I said, 15 touchdowns, most of any quarterback this season so far, and he didn't even start week 1.
That's true.
So he's looking fantastic.
And I feel bad for the Browns. I have them going 0-16.
One game, I see them going 1 game, and they're gonna get the highest draft pick. Like except maybe the Niners. The Niners might get that.
Yeah.
Next game, Vikings and Packers.
This was a sad game for Packers fans.
Sad game for Packers fans. Sad game in general because watching Aaron Rodgers get injured and he's out for the season.
Most likely.
He's
It's not confirmed
Not
yet.
confirmed. Well,
It's his collarbone on his throwing shoulder, like his throwing shoulder.
That's
bad.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I feel like most likely he will be out for the season. Like that's really bad because the Packers are playing phenomenal.
Yeah, he's not a young guy anymore either.
He's not.
33, 32.
34, I think.
Yeah, like.
But still, he's one of those players like Tom Brady where I see him playing at least until he's 40 or like at least.
You never know
41.
now with this injury.
No,
you know,
definitely not.
Could set him back a couple years.
You could, but like that's a really big setback for Packers, and because they were expected to go deep in the playoffs, and how the way they were playing with Aaron Rodgers obviously at the helm, any team is going to be expected to go deep in the playoffs, whoever if they had them. And this shapes the NFC North differently. The Lions have been playing really bad the last 2 weeks. The Vikings, Case Keenum is stepping up.
Yeah.
Vikings beat the Packers 23-10.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I mean, ultimately, I saw the Packers winning if Aaron Rodgers stayed in.
I saw them winning too.
But right now, they capitalized on his injury, and the Vikings, I'd say they're most likely going to take the NFC North. But this shapes it differently. Like the rest of the NFC North and the standings for the rest of the season, like you don't know what's going to happen now because, I mean, Case Keenum's playing well, but anything could happen. Sam Bradford's still trying to recover. Teddy Bridgewater just got cleared to practice again. So what's gonna honestly? I want to see Teddy Bridgewater get traded.
You do?
I do, because like if he gets back in a rhythm, gets to practice, gets back in his form, and he shows signs that the injury did not completely destroy his career, I feel like he deserves to get a chance to start on another team because he was a great.
Teddy Bridgewater was awesome.
He was a great game manager and great player, and before that catastrophic injury to his leg. Like,
that was terrible.
If he gets back into form, I feel like he could still lead another team. Like he led the Vikings to the playoffs before, so I feel like he could do that if time goes on. He does good again.
Do you guys believe that the Packers should trade for a QB before the deadline?
And there's always Colin Kaepernick.
I mean, they only have they have one quarterback on the roster besides Aaron Rodgers.
They could trade for possibly Teddy. They could possibly trade for Case Keenum if they want.
Trade for anyone.
They could trade for anyone, but I think they would want someone who's a pretty solid veteran. They could trade. They could even hire Colin Kaepernick, and he actually
Tony Romo.
Tony Romo. You can bring him out of retirement. Brett Favre's not ready. He's 48. He's only 48. What can hurt getting Brett Favre?
Come back. Come back.
Man, but I don't know. They can get anybody, honestly. And then it's not even really a shoot. You told me it was a shootout. It was not a shootout. The Saints.
I never said it was a shootout.
Someone told me it was a shootout between the Lions and the Saints.
It's probably a shootout until the.
No, but like Breeze and Matthew Stafford for this game, they both played horrible.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford had 3 touchdowns, but he had 3 picks. And
Breeze
Drew
had
Brees
3,
had
didn't
one touchdown and 2 picks.
2 picks.
So
This was a high-scoring game.
It was a high-scoring game, but I feel like it was dominated by defense.
The Saints beat the Lions 52-38. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is nuts. That's the highest-scoring game of the season right now. It's pretty nuts.
Mark Ingram had himself a day with 114 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yes, he did.
Did you see the touchdown celebration he had with the I can't do the dance, but he had like a funny dance.
You can dance?
I can't. That's the thing.
I'm gonna say, like, what? No, you?
He had a funny dance celebration.
The next game.
This was a weird game. The Patriots and the Jets.
Oh, the Jets were up 14 at one point, and I was.
We were hyped. I was like, oh,
crap. The Patriots beat the Jets 24-17 over a weird play too. Do you remember that one play? It was.
I didn't even get to see the games, unfortunately.
Stephon Jenkins.
Austin Safarian Jenkins.
Yeah, whatever his name is. Him too.
And what happened?
He caught the ball and he was running and he got the touchdown, but apparently he fumbled. But he didn't really fumble. He was bobbling.
He didn't have possession or something.
And they didn't call it a touchdown?
They called it a touchback for the Patriots.
That's ridiculous.
That's
absolutely ridiculous.
I don't understand.
Oh yeah, that they got cheated. They got cheated. That's some. Oh my God, I can't even say that because we're on television. That's horrible.
He was running towards the touchdown, and he bobbled it a little bit, but he fell down with the possession. He crossed the plane, and they called it a touchback.
That's ridiculous. I don't even want to talk about this game anymore because that's ridiculous. The Jets got robbed. Jets fans were robbed. Absolutely robbed. Man, and Redskins and Niners. I have so many friends that are Niners fans, and I feel bad for them because the defense is fine. The offense is okay. The only thing is they lose by like 2 or 3 points. They've lost by 3 points or less many times this season.
I think 4 games this
season. That's
Redskins.
There's only one week 6, so that's pretty hard. That kills your heart. That kills your morale. That kills the team. Like, come on, man, we're losing by this much every week.
Redskins beating the 49ers 26-24. Kirk Cousins looked good though.
330, 2 touchdowns, and Brian Hoyer got benched. I'm pretty sure.
C.J. Berthard. I don't even know how to pronounce his name.
Berthard. He played decent.
He showed up. I mean, they almost
win every game. That's the thing. Yeah. They almost. They're just not quite there. And they're playing bad or decent teams. So the Niners could be competitive. They just need one more.
Carlos Hyde. I mean, he didn't have that many yards. I think he had like only 28 yards.
He still had 2 TDs. So he contributed. He did good to score. That's what matters. Like I can go for 6 yards on the ground. If I score 3 touchdowns on those 6 yards, it's still great. You know. This game, I think this might be one of the most exciting games of the week right here. Cards and Bucks.
Yeah, Arizona beating Tampa Bay.
The Bucks were up by so much.
38-33.
And they blew a lead.
Yeah.
Falcon. They blew a lead Falcon style.
Welcome Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson showing that he is indeed a starter and that he did not fit on the Saints and that the Saints
underused him.
They missed out on using him. I mean, I'm glad they missed out as a Panthers fan, but six attempts. And with the career he's had, the play style he is, how he is as a player, and
he ran all over him.
I remember seeing all the jokes before this game, like how Larry Fitzgerald, Carson Palmer, and Adrian Peterson will be the best offense ever in 2009.
Yeah.
But now they're all old because they're all old, but they played.
It's like the Cavs.
Like Larry Fitz had 138 TD. Adrian Peterson, 134 yards, about like 80 yards in the first half or something like that.
And 2 touchdowns.
And 2 touchdowns. And that, I feel like this is something that the Cardinals need. They had the worst rushing offense in the NFL, and with Adrian Peterson joining that backfield while David Johnson's injured, that fills that hole, that void in the running game. And now the Cardinals can be explosive both sides of the field. And they don't have to rely on Carson to constantly throw all the time.
If David Johnson comes back before the season's end, do you believe that?
I don't think he will. Didn't he have like an ACL injury?
No, he had a wrist.
Oh, okay.
He can easily come back.
Oh, he can come back. I mean, that would be if I feel like the AP would get less touches, obviously.
Yeah. But he'd be.
But if they're like if they make a run for the playoffs and like they have a dynamic duo in the backfield where they can rely on David Johnson as like receiver, running back receiver, and AP to power run on the ground and get touchdowns through running, that'd be a great backfield duo. It definitely would be.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Jameis Winston got hurt during the.
Yeah, he got hurt. Something with his shoulder.
Is he?
They don't know exactly.
I think he's gonna play on Sunday against.
I'm pretty sure he might too, but they're not exactly sure what his exact injury is. His injury results for X-rays got back negative, so he's not in a.
I mean, they got Fitz,
nothing serious.
So they got Fitzpatrick. So if anything goes
Fitzmagic,
wrong,
baby.
Fitzmagic.
Harvard.
Yeah, the most up and down quarterback. And one of the most up and down quarterbacks ever that I've ever seen, at least.
We have a running back shootout for the next game. The
Rams and Jags.
Rams beating the Jags 27-17.
And I think Fournette got injured.
Did he?
I think he did.
Oh, I remember seeing something about that.
That's really bad.
I don't know the status on him.
I'm not sure about the status either, but if he is indeed injured, this could really hurt the Jaguars' season because, as like right now, if he did get injured during the game, they lost and they needed him. He was going off, and he has continued to be injured, whether he is or not. Is a great player that weakens that running game, so they're gonna have to rely on.
I think
they're gonna rely on who else? None other than
Blake Bortles.
Blake Bortles.
I think the backup for the Jags for Fournette. I think it's Chris Ivory, and I don't think Chris Ivory can lead.
No, Chris Ivory can't lead that.
What about T.J. Yeldon? Is he still on the Jags?
I think he is. He's inconsistent.
He's inconsistent. So, but this definitely hurts the Jags season if he's indeed injured. In this next game, I'm sorry, you can join me in the pit of sadness today, the ring of misery. Steelers and Chiefs.
Steelers beating the Chiefs.
They're not 6-0. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's sad.
A rematch of the AFC divisional round.
They're looking like their playoff selves.
I'm sorry, Aaron, but
it was bound to happen.
The Steelers just shut the Chiefs down.
Defensively.
Yeah, and then the Chiefs attempted to come back in the fourth quarter when it was too late.
Oh yeah, but that's playoff Chiefs.
Yeah,
Le'Veon Bell.
Playoff Chiefs. They're looking like playoff form. At least you can say that.
Le'Veon Bell just ran over. The Chiefs.
We've been saying early in the beginning of the season that he was struggling.
I was watching him play yesterday, and I firmly believe that he is the best running back in the game. He is an animal.
He has a very unique style of patient and waiting.
He has like his own unique style, and he's starting to bring. I think, personally, like Le'Veon Bell for the last couple of years, he's been reviving the running back position because it's been a dying position in the NFL, and he's himself is kind of bringing it back with his unique style of play. And even though he struggled, as we were saying earlier this season, he's starting the last couple of weeks. He's been bringing it back.
I mean, he missed training camp. You can't.
Oh yeah.
You can't.
Didn't he hold out? I mean, that's what happens when you hold out.
Yeah.
You lose. You're not going to perform as well when you train, if you don't train.
That's just.
He's not the Allen Iverson of the NFL.
The Steelers have a very. I think the Steelers have one of the best offenses in the game. You know.
The last couple of years,
Antonio.
I would say,
Antonio Brown.
Yeah, but this season.
Le'Veon Bell.
This season as a whole, not really.
Yeah, they've been.
This season as a whole, they haven't even scored over 30 points in a game.
That's true, but yeah.
And big news with them about that offense. Martavis Bryant wants to get traded. I don't know what's going on with this guy. I mean, yes, he's a good wide receiver, and he's losing.
He's a playmaker.
He's a playmaker, but he's losing touches because I feel like he's upset that Juju Smith-Schuster is getting more touches.
Yeah, that's
a tongue twister. But he's getting more touches. He's getting the ball more in games, but that's because he's a playmaker. He's a playmaker. He's young. He's young. He's getting out there. He's making plays. He's getting old.
He's 20 years old.
He's trying.
Martavis
He's
Bryant.
trying.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
Oh, I thought Martavis Bryant
he's
was
getting
20 years
out
old.
there.
No, Martavis like 24.
He's getting out there and he's making plays.
Yeah.
If Martavius wants to get the ball more and wants to get
he's got to make the plays.
He's got to make the plays, or last season, don't get suspended. Don't break the NFL's substance abuse policies.
Yeah.
Don't do marijuana.
Yeah.
Don't do dumb decisions. Don't complain when a young player who's coming in the league as a rookie, who's outshining you. That's supposed to boost your intensity to want to play better, your confidence. Like, I'm going to get out there, I'm going to earn my second spot as the second wide receiver, I'm going to get out there, I'm going to play well, I'm going to get more touches, I'm going to get the ball more, I'm going to get more yards, I'm also going to get more touchdowns. That's what I'm going to win my team games. He doesn't want to do that. He just wants to get traded. That's not how you should be as a pro player.
Watching the Steelers game, Tony Romo was saying that Smith-Schuster is actually a big guy, which I don't see that. He seems like a little, like, 5'9", but I
Everyone
guess,
looks smaller on TV.
Yeah. Probably I think he looks like he's a very good blocking like wide receiver. Given maybe on those outside runs and all that.
You remind me of Stephen A. on First Take when he goes, "Stay off the dang weed."
That's a story that we could talk about a different day with players and this abuse policies in NFL, NBA, and all that.
It's just stupid,
Yeah, we don't need to hear this opinion.
Professional football player,
Yeah, don't make dumb decisions. Don't be the Josh Gordon. Don't be Josh Gordon. Don't fall into his pattern. Next game, Chargers and Raiders.
Wow.
2 in a row.
Another close game that they could have lost, but then again, the Raiders. Derek Carr played horrible, but
what's
then again,
wrong with the Raiders?
We have no idea. They were supposed to be like the AFC version of the Giants, an amazing team to go for a playoff run.
Would go to the Super Bowl this year.
A lot of people said that, but Derek Carr, I feel like they shouldn't have put him in so early. He got injured not only a week or two ago.
A week.
Yeah.
A week ago, he got injured, and they were saying he's gonna be out 2 to 4, maybe 6 weeks.
It might have been 2, but it doesn't matter. It's still
too
early.
It's too early. He's probably feeling some pain. He's probably not. He hasn't practiced. He's feeling pain, obviously, from that injury. Like, let the man rest. Let the man get healthy. Then put him back in.
Yeah, especially wearing those pads and just like
all
the extra weight on you.
And if you have faith in your backup, rely on E.J. Manuel. Maybe that's why they played him, because they can't rely on E.J. Manuel.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me?
You're such a Debbie Downer.
I'm pretty happy.
You're so
right
pessimistic.
Now. Oh man, I kind of am. And this was the upset game, the big upset game. The Giants
pick up
and the
their
Broncos.
first win.
Giants beat the Broncos 23.
I didn't see this coming.
Neither did
barely any receivers. Like who's the receivers? Who are the names? What are the names of the receivers?
Evan Ingram, but he's a tight end.
King.
Who?
Yeah.
Exactly. And like this against a Broncos dominant defense. Like that, I'm surprised at this game. And when I came in back to the dorm and I saw the score, I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And I just saw Meyer. Big smile, like, yeah, we're winning. Yeah, we're winning. I'm like, what?
So
how?
I think this is very bold. But I think Evan Ingram can finish as a top 10 tight end this year.
Leave.
Are you kidding me?
Leave?
I'm just messing.
With OBJ out and Brandon Marshall.
I'm just messing. That's a good play. Good 82 yards for a touchdown. That's a really good game. Against the Broncos defense, that's very good. So I have to admit that. It's a really great game. And I'm just really surprised. And I'm glad that the Broncos lost because I have a dislike for the Broncos.
Look, because they beat the Panthers in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, but I also just never really liked the Broncos.
If Eli's getting pressured, who do you think he's going to throw it off to? 4 or 5 yards tight end. What do you think? Evan Ingram's the man of the show.
I'm really happy to see that they found someone because, the Giants have just struggled completely. And now, it was a big worry because who are they going to throw the ball to? And like now that they found Evan Ingram, and if he can come do this week in and week out, that'll be really good for that team. It'll be something to be positive about, something to keep the season afloat. Even though they're 1-5 right now.
Yeah.
Honestly, if they lose a game, like right now, I can't see them making a run at the playoffs because the Eagles are honestly going to take that division. And if you can't win, like if they were to go, well, if they want to go in the playoffs, they have to win out right now.
Yeah. The good thing about Ingram is that he's not, like, if you look at him, you wouldn't believe he's a tight end. He's lanky and he's tall. Like, I would say like Vincent Jackson, Mike Evans type look. Like, he's not like a big, like, beefy
Yeah, he's
guy.
not beefy.
Yeah.
He's not like super heavy.
He's quick too.
That's good. That's good for a tight end because a lot of tight ends they're pretty fast, but they're slow compared to like wide receivers, corners,
yeah,
and wide receivers and stuff like that. And tonight's game we have the Colts and the Titans.
Boring.
I really don't like these Sunday night games. They're never really entertaining.
Monday night.
Oh, Monday. It's Monday. My bad. But Colts.
It's not okay.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? I appreciate that.
With luck, it could.
He's
have been,
back?
No.
Oh.
No. With luck, it could have been an interesting game because of the fact that he hasn't played and he's playing during a primetime game, but he's not. Brissett's under the helm again, so.
This is just boring in general because both teams have their star players injured, and the Colts are just bad.
Yeah, sometimes that's fun
Like,
to
what do you
watch,
have?
actually. Like boring, like two teams that.
I want to see Luck and Mariota. I don't care about Brissett. I mean, I do like Brissett, but I don't care about whoever else is in there.
Who's starting for the Titans at the moment?
I don't even know. That's the thing. That's why.
So they kept Mariota out.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, if you want me to check, I could, but I mean, that would waste some time.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
We'll just
We
find
still
out.
got to
later when
make
we
some
get back.
predictions.
Oh yeah, predictions. Let me go look at this. NFL.com. Predictions for next week. I mean, you know the Thursday night game, any chance?
Chiefs, Raiders.
Chiefs.
Chiefs are on
Chiefs.
Thursday?
Chiefs.
Yeah, that's the third or fourth prime time.
Yeah, what's with
game.
you? Why do you get all the good games?
The Chiefs, I noticed the Chiefs do get a lot of primetime games.
And this season, the Chiefs get a lot of primetime games, and you know all the Monday night games are really boring. That's what we noticed. This
My
season.
favorite primetime game is Sunday night.
Chiefs Raiders. We always say the Chiefs. Obviously, the Raiders are going to go nowhere right now. Bills and Buccaneers.
Bills.
I think
say
the
the
Bills.
Bills.
I think the Bills, and I hope the Bills.
If it's Fitzpatrick, it's the Bills. If it's Jameis, it's.
It's not going to be Jameis. Well, I mean, if it could be. We don't know the status of his injury, but I mean.
The Bills are at home too.
Oh yeah, that's where they're gonna thrive. That defense is gonna get pumped up. But I think the Bills defense could, contain the Buccaneers if they
In
can
my
take them
short
out.
time in Western New York, I've noticed that Bills fans are easily the most passionate fans.
I'm glad you think that.
I'm the most passionate Panthers fan of all of Western New York, if I had to say that.
You probably are the only.
You probably
I know
are.
a couple. I know a couple. Don't you down us fans out here in the north.
That's just like disrespectful to Western New York. You know, how do you like the Panthers?
Would
over
you
the
prefer me to
Bills?
like the Patriots?
I'd prefer you to like the Buffalo Bills.
Would you prefer me to like the Patriots though?
I mean, I guess you're right. But
Exactly. Okay.
Let's continue these.
Let's continue the predictions really quickly before we have to go to the next commercial. Ravens and Vikings.
Vikings.
I'm gonna go with Ravens.
What?
I'm gonna go with Ravens.
What is wrong with you? No, I mean I would like the Ravens to win, but
I'm gonna see an upset. Even though I like the Vikings, I think the Ravens are gonna
I don't
upset.
think Joe Flacco's gonna get out there and play. He's just not the one to play good for the last couple of years, and he's showing it since last game. Like he's not that great quarterback he wasn't when he went to the Super Bowl. Right after the Super Bowl, he's been a decline. I don't think he's gonna be good. I just think the Vikings are gonna take it out, obviously. Jets and Dolphins.
I hope the Jets win.
Jets.
I'd say Jets.
I want the Jets to
I'd
win.
say Jets.
The Jets should have beat the Pats.
Jets should have beat the
They
Pats.
should have beat the Pats. That's ridiculous the way you just told me that touchback. I cheated for them. Dang refs. Cardinals and Rams. This is now interesting because Adrian Peterson.
Rams.
I don't know.
I say Cardinals.
Yeah.
I say
I don't
Cardinals.
know.
You say Rams.
With AP?
I say Cardinals.
I'm betwixt and
Rams.
between.
That's why I said it's an
Rams
interesting
still.
game now because AP's there. So I say the Cardinals. And then you got the Jags and Jaguars.
Jags and Colts?
Yeah, Jaguars. Jags.
I'm gonna go Jags.
And even if Leonard Fournette's out, it's going to be the Jags who win it. The defense is still going to contain them.
Saints and Packers.
Saints and Saints.
Ooh. Saints.
Yeah, with Aaron Rodgers gone, they're just gonna crumble.
Panthers and Bears. I say Panthers. Obviously.
I say Bears.
Oh, of course you do.
They're gonna go on a little hot
Bears.
streak.
Oh, yeah, okay. You guys did this a couple. I like it. I like when people doubt us because when people doubt us, we do good. When people think we're gonna do good, we're really bad. So I like it.
Well, we gotta wrap it up. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're gonna break down the opening week of the NBA.
We can finish our football predictions and then we can talk about the NBA.
We can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But we got predictions for who's going to win MVP, for playoff seed. I know it's still early, but
We can still just make our early before game day predictions.
So you don't want to miss that, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Hi. You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
It's me, Artie. Come see what I collected from the Creative Galaxy in my idea box.
Transform your world.
Will you help me make art?
Before you throw it away,
Hey, I have an idea.
think outside the box.
Go be amazing!
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving, the ultimate party foul.
You've messed up your son's haircut. Do you try to fix it? Work with what you've got? Or show solidarity?
Thank you, babe. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Remember that to love America is to love all Americans. Because love has no labels.
Había un niño que era muy sensible a luces y sonidos. Construía escondites donde no podían entrar. No le gustaba mirar a la gente a los ojos. Lo hacía sentir incómodo. Un día se descubrió que tenía autismo. Con ayuda, poco a poco, aprendió a vivir mejor con ello.
Mientras más pronto se diagnostique, mejor. Conoce las señales en autismspeaks.org.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25.
Good job.
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation. We can.
Get someone a cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can make campuses safer for our friends.
Our roommates.
Our classmates. Our fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can. Intervene.
It's on us.
All of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Sports Hour on WNYF. We're probably going to finish up our predictions for Week 7.
Yeah, and then we'll get up to the NBA. So quickly, Titans and Browns. What do you think about this game?
I'm going to go with the Titans.
Browns?
I want to say Browns get their first win. I would like to see
If
that.
Mariota
doesn't play
Browns.
Yeah, I'd like to see.
Because Kevin Hogan's been looking good. As
Not last game.
I'm going with Titans.
I would hope that Sean Kaiser gets put back in because, come on, he's a rookie. Like, don't take him out like that. If you put him from the beginning, you should let him stay in there and keep trying to get experience and learn week in and week out, even if he loses. Like, come on now. You didn't do good with Chris Hogan, so you might as well just put Kaiser back in. Cowboys and Niners?
Cowboys.
I feel like it's going to be a close game, even though it's the Niners, because the Niners, out of the 6 weeks, they've lost
by 3.
3 or less.
I would like to see them beat the Cowboys.
I'd like to see that too, but I just feel like the Cowboys are going to win by a narrow win because, like we said, the Niners they're
sticking with teams.
They're sticking with teams. They just can't win. It's unfortunate for them. Broncos and Chargers. I don't know, honestly.
Yeah.
Chargers.
Like with the way the Broncos have been playing.
I say Chargers can go 3 in a row.
I would say, yeah. I mean, with the way the Chargers are playing right now, it's interesting. It gets interesting with the way the Broncos just played against the Giants and like how they lost to like the Bills and stuff. Like, we don't know. I feel like this is a toss-up game personally for me. Like, on paper, most people would say Broncos, but for me, this is a toss-up game after the last couple of weeks.
If Melvin Gordon and Phillip Rivers aren't a good, like...
Oh, yeah. And Bengals and Steelers for the next one. I'd like to see the Bengals.
I'd like to see the Bengals win.
I think the Steelers are going to win.
I say Steelers, but I'd like to see
They play like how they played against the Chiefs, so they'll win.
Yeah, but if they play like how they did for the rest of the season, I feel like it'll be a close game.
Yeah.
Seahawks and Giants.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know now. I don't know what to say now.
I'm probably going to go with the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Yeah.
Just because of the depleted wide receiver core that the Giants have.
Yeah, Legion of Boom will lock them up.
Patriots and Falcons.
I hope the Falcons.
I hope the Patriots.
I hope the Falcons.
I hope the Patriots. I hope the Falcons lose.
I hope.
This is a Super Bowl rematch. Even though it's in the regular season, I'd still like to see the Patriots win, though. Again. Be great. Be great. And the Monday night game for next week, Redskins and Eagles. I feel like that's going to be a very gritty, good game because it's a good old rivalry. But I do see the Eagles winning still.
Yeah, I'll go with the Eagles.
I mean, I think that's going to be a great game, and I can't wait. Well, we're going to be at the show. We're going to be here next week on the shows, but I would like to watch it after that. I can't wait to watch that game, definitely. And that's up for our predictions in the NFL, and now we're going to get to about NBA.
The NBA. First couple games start tomorrow.
Boston and Cleveland. And then 10:30 p.m. Eastern time, it'll be Houston and Golden State. I have Cleveland winning, and I have Golden State winning. That's a really great 2 games to kick off the season.
LeBron, he's still questionable, though.
He has an injury, right? An ankle?
Yeah,
Is it an
ankle injury.
Ankle injury. So possibly he could not play, but I feel like
he's going to play. It's LeBron.
He'll be
Kyrie.
limping.
He'll be limping.
He'll probably be limping.
He'll still play.
He'll still play.
I say, like I said, Cleveland, Golden State. Like, I think Cleveland has too many weapons. Like, they've acquired defense from Boston, and they've got D Wade, Derrick Rose, LeBron. Tristan's out coming off the bench now. K. Love at the 5, and
Jay Crowder.
Jay Crowder on defense. So like that's a really good starting 5. That's whoever the starting 5 is gonna be extremely good. And compared to Boston, who just has Gordon Hayward, Al Horford, and Kyrie, and that's really not a team that's known for defense because of them.
I was looking at a picture today of this guy's opinion of the top 5 point guards. He had Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook, John Wall, Chris Paul, and then
that's
Kyrie
his order?
Irving. In order.
Okay, my order, it would be, honestly, I'd say currently from going off last season, it would be, Westbrook. And it'd be Curry. And then I'd put John Wall. And I would say.
I would take out Kyrie Irving.
I would take out Kyrie. I put Isaiah Thomas.
No, I'd put in Damian Lillard.
I put Dame. I would probably put. It's a toss-up between Dame and Paul because Paul is the best pure point guard. But I have to include Isaiah Thomas because he's a monster on offense. He
is.
And he's.
I just don't see Isaiah Thomas, returning to that form.
I think he can.
That injury is
and also being a second in command.
I feel like he can bounce back, and I think he's like an amazing point guard. He was one of the best point guards in the league last year.
I think the best true guard.
Chris Paul.
No, I'm talking about like shooting guards and point guards. It's James Harden, without a doubt.
Yeah, but still, if we're talking about point guards, it's Chris Paul. If it's shooting guards, James Harden's the best shooting guard. Clay is probably a second.
No, I think Jimmy Butler is.
I'd say Clay is one of the best two-way shooting guards around.
So is Jimmy Butler.
I'd say Clay is better than Jimmy. But
that's crazy.
I'd say Clay is better than Jimmy, honestly.
I don't know.
Clay is amazing.
Clay
could run a team if he was on a really bad team.
You think so?
Clay could be the star, franchise player of a team. He could go to the Kings. If he went to the Kings, Brooklyn, even the Knicks, he would be the star of that franchise. Clay is that boy, no without a doubt. I say it's gonna be interesting watching Chris Paul and James Harden play together. That's gonna be a really good game.
I hope they beat.
I don't see them winning against the Golden State, but who knows, because last season Golden State struggled. But then again, that's when they brought in KD and their chemistry wasn't all there. Their chemistry is going to continue from last season. So I say Golden State and Cleveland win these games.
What are your way too early predictions for MVP?
I don't really know who I would say would be MVP, but if I had to pick 5 people to be for my top 5 in the race to win MVP, I would be no order. LeBron, KD, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, and who did I say? I'm pretty sure I said Steph Curry.
You take Giannis out?
Yeah, Giannis is probably.
Giannis it could be in there. He's gonna be in the race if he plays how he did last season or even better.
He might actually be my pick.
KD said he is something special and that he has potential to be the best player in league history. That's what KD said, but
I feel it's between 3 or 4 people. I think it's between LeBron, Durant, Giannis, or Kawhi Leonard. I don't think a guard's going to win it this year.
You were saying you thought Westbrook could be in, and I don't think Westbrook is going to be able to be how he was last year with that triple-double monster.
I don't think, to be honest, I think I've said this before, but I still don't think he should have won MVP last year.
What?
I don't think
Take Westbrook off the team last year. Thunder or nothing.
But you take James Harden off his team, too.
But still, the Thunder... The Thunder have no bench. Like last season, before all the trades and everything, to get Chris Paul and all that. Like with James, yes, he was the leader of that team. He was amazing. He played great even at the point guard position. But still, they have a great team. Like not great, but they have a pretty decent team. They wouldn't be a bottom. They would be a mid-table team.
They wouldn't be in the playoffs.
They wouldn't be in the playoffs, but they would be a mid-table team. You take Westbrook off the Thunder last year, they'd be at the bottom. They'd be with the Nets.
I don't know if they'd be with the Nets.
Who would they have? Who did they have last year? Cantor, Andre Robertson, Oladipo.
Yeah.
Oladipo's not good, really. Cantor is decent offense, not the best defense, and Steven Adams is not the best on offense. You just rebound defense.
I guess it's the thing.
And Andre Robertson can't shoot for crap.
The thing with me, with Russell Westbrook and James Harden, is that James Harden makes his teammates better, more better. I don't even know.
Better?
Yeah, I don't even know if that.
He makes them better.
Sense. Yeah, he makes them better than Russell Westbrook makes his teammates better. You know.
That's a debate.
He led the league in assists. He was 2 rebounds away from averaging a triple-double. Like, many people don't even realize that. He almost averaged a triple-double as well.
I know that. But still.
He's an assassin on offense.
But still, Westbrook had a historic season, so that's why he was.
Yeah.
And before we go, who do you think will be Rookie of the Year, though?
I don't know. That's gonna be tough. I would like to say Lonzo because the Lakers are my favorite team.
I believe Lonzo may or may not be hyped up.
I think he's gonna be good, but he's just extremely hyped.
He's not gonna be that scorer, but he's gonna be that tremendous playmaker.
I feel like LeVar Ball, just.
I mean, he did a great job.
Ruined the ball,
he did a great job hyping his sons and marketing, honestly. But
you could tell that Lonzo didn't like all the hype.
You didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that, but
I like Dennis Smith Jr. a lot.
And I think Marco Fultz, Dennis Smith, and Lonzo could be one of the top 3 players to get.
Don't forget about Ben Simmons though too.
Oh yeah, Ben Simmons could too. Obviously, I forgot all about him, but I think it's either Lonzo, Ben Simmons, Markel, or Dennis Smith. That's for me at least.
I would say Jason Tatum could be in the running too, but Jason Tatum's not going to get.
No, he's not going to get enough minutes over Jaylen Brown and
Gordon
Hayward.
He's not going to get that.
Unless they put him like at the 2 or something.
That's what they were thinking about with Jaylen Brown. Putting Jaylen Brown at the 2.
And then I mean, if that's the case, then Tatum could come off the bench to sub in for Gordon Hayward when needed.
Well, I wish we could still talk about this, but we have to wrap the show up.
But
we would debate for hours.
Yeah, we honestly would. But we can get back to this next show, and that's when the NBA season is going to already be kicked off. So many games are going to be played. We can talk about all that, and we can talk about more football. We can talk about more hockey, baseball, all that. So we can't wait.
For sure. As always, we'd like to thank everyone that watched. We really appreciate it. You know, we're just trying to grind, you know.
Yeah, we thank you for watching every show. If you do watch, we appreciate it greatly, and we're glad you guys take the time to, sit down, see what we have to talk about.
Yeah, I would say watch Cooking Wave, but that's next week. So keep that in mind next week when you're watching us. Again, thank you, and have a good night.